Severenus is he's the Principalis sergeant, who supplants Longinus and Petronius, who were supposed to have stabbed Jesus in the side. Actually, my research has proven that it's actually Severenus, and he is the Principalis that comes out of the voice of David Jones, and I've written a short synopsis of what occurs. He's a Roman Principalis, and his detail detains Jesus and his disciples before the Last Supper. In this particular monologue, he has 3 monologues. So he runs into Jesus and the disciples outside the Orophonix, which actually means the Golden Arch, ironically enough, but was actually apparently an inn outside of Jerusalem that existed at the time. At least I found a couple of references to that. But anyway, this is Severinus' first monologue. Let's have a look under those skirts, Jesu. Corporal, accommodate our Lord and Messiah. He's packing, but it ain't cordite, Sergeant, all nipped and tidy like. No wonder Lady Magdala keeps moaning about the afterlife. All right, Nazarene, let's have no drunken disorderly. We got our Sumerian friends in there, and lads in uniform from Sardinia. What mightn't I take too calmly to your ranting about your pappy and his Judean patrimony? Not that I fucking much appreciate that shite myself. They're engineers from Basra, they all the Sumis, I mean. A curious lot, not to be trusted neither, but on Tiberius' payroll, so mind yourself, or we'll break some heads. What's that, innkeep? Oh, little Jesus has taken private rooms. Where that lot of homeless kites get that kind of money? Sparrows in the market, I'll wager, and I'll wager there's some cut-rate cunt coming up the alley. What's that bloke Matthew bumping his head on a swill bucket to greet them? Maybe old little Galilean tax collector palmed a couple of denarii at the emperor's till. Well, you enjoy your little party, son of God. The procurator's got his eye on you for that stunt you pulled in the Tetrarch's temple. Say, fly right, pretty boy, or I'll personally escort you up to Skull Hill. And there he goes, Corporal, the sad little Jew boy lost to the world, though that ripper of his is quite the look of being bred out on the streets. What's a girl like here, aside from his horse's springle, all fine turns and fragrant thighs, seeing a low-life operator like him, who's 2 steps forward and 1 back from a just and thorough hanging? I'll toss off the missus in a heartbeat to put a couple of volleys in that. Sell me 2 slaves, too. I'll wager I don't need the Sibyls to suppose she might be free to gaze upon me, Gaelic prick, if in the not too distant future, seems how Tiberius no longer pays us formal contractors in species. Oh, we got the procurators' gymnasiums and theatres, but on Derby days we're detailed to break heads and maintain order, not better promising Philly. So a fella's got to make his own sport, and that coos is just a ticket to wipe the frown off me face after, as duty demands, I'll drive me pardon through that little pikey peckerhead. And that's Severenus. He has 2 more. He botches the whole thing. I mean, he sees Jesus Christ through to his crucifixion, but then he's responsible for the body being snatched because he was off with some of his buddies drinking, and of course, Pontius Pilate has him killed for dereliction of duty. Those are different. There's a monologue coming up that has a little bit of this in it. I like to switch up now. I'm going to do the highest person on the planet at that time, Tiberius, the Emperor of Rome. And this sort of sums it up. I will say Tiberius was a very able administrator and a great military man and a good statesman. Later on, but he's also an infamous pedophile and perverses the day as long. And to be an infamous pedophile in Rome at that time was a serious accomplishment, believe me. So I mean, he really had to work at it. And this is a little synopsis. And it's Tiberius Julius Caesar Augustus. He's on this island of Capri. He's fled. He's had his previous proconsul killed, and now he's assigned to Macro as proconsul, but he suspects he's also going to turn traitor on him. So he's fled to the island of Capri. On the island of Capri, he instructs his young charge, Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, known to us as Caligula, in the art of ruling the empire. He also reveals that he is grooming Caligula to take over when he passes as a way of seeking revenge on Rome, which has grown to loathe Tiberius's reign. The Roman people were really pretty much fed up at that time. So this is Tiberius walking with his grandnephew Caligula, giving him advice on how to run the empire. Walk with me, Gaius, ere much wine without me Minno's affections. Keep this ancient limp at his flagella. Who would stanch an old prick his pleasures after fierce combat of Pannonia, Dalmatia, Raetia, and Germania, and bloody fucking fortune of that. The frontiers be rut with swine, what some must be hobbled and dragged to the chute, and their life run out in ruby gobs. Are not me appetites by way gentle now? The babe pressed upon me cock cooing its warmth, me tiny diddlers nibbling me thighs as I course through a chaste blue cove. The tear of young cunny or bung at the outside's prick, or the scratches and howls of some shite senator's wife. What be that to me after the screams of man and animal, in battle born animal and man? Not hunting thin but kin of stink, be supposed to lie in ambush about, but would all bear the blonde here at Capri, to drive to down foul guineas, what more too close. Sejanus, ingrate, be a plot, and no doubt now me Macro, hand-picked of me own executioners. Be about the imperial divine, and not me funk, but soothsay Thrasyllus, what put the lie of those, what put cloudy mind in me desires, and think a blade be best to dress me card, and banish me to the Sibylline Galley. Mind me, boy, mind me, and save it to torment thy pretty ancillary on the morrow. Now be our buzz about the years, to beset what muck be stuck betwixt. What might, and might I smile to belch and fart, in lieu of forfeit me final brief, and patch all the republic's interregnums, to err short of me delights? Or be I all hearts and flowers, torn by me minnows like a sated Orpheus, and pushed out toward the bound Heracles, Dickard, and me grin to count of both life and death. You, son, you, son, be me crown and jape, that I be cursed pure, what murdered your blood all, keeping close a final indignity upon empire, as free to shite upon a slave, as slave be gladly shite upon to be free. This advice be sage, boy, thus Rome be to me, and the Antikythera gears what turn it. We skirmish with Dacia and Parthia, a minor revolt in Gaul and another under Topharenus, but little disturbed me late calm, so thorough I employed the Gemonian stairs and the delatores. As for purple, red be the colour of peace. And true, I eject the Jews from Rome for widow extorting, but to gather their holdings at their exile. As for separating Judea, where that darling of Sejanus Pilates survives, courting Hellenes and butchering Massois, while we ministers say meanwhile of their dear Tiberius, as we pleasure ourselves our dalliances upon his goat. And ain't all bit a strike more than you, be by way of Judea, retrieving the standards from Parthia for our dear Augustus. Power arrests indulgence, so best indulge in the torments power affords, and such prissy disposed can suck teardrops on me cock, as close to ichor be they get. One must commit to the Maius Imperium, with Crispinae and Pisonae and other buzzards retained to adequate the days to Pilot Point inward, and yet for all the blood beer the Jews shed, Sejanus bores Vitellius and Pilato be a solid virtue comes to treasure. Their quotas fall macro in me, and thus I stock my pollo puto, without fear of deficit or embargo. Or band the cock, or wring the neck, or what be I care to, that habitate me, you learn such craft. So mind me, boy, mind me pruning and grafting, mind me in this empire's Eden, that by quixotic hand, not the viper yet come, what prove himself superior to the desires of these gods.